Hey guys, Adam here with AmericanTrucks.com, and today we're taking a closer look at and installing the rough country low profile hard trifold tonneau cover available for the 19 and newer Silverado 1500 with the short box. Now first and foremost, if you don't have a short box, this tonneau cover among others are available for other bed sizes as well. We just got our 19 short box in the shop here today. All right, at this point guys, I want to show you how to use your tonneau cover. Now the first thing you want to do of course is drop your tailgate. And this isn't a tonneau cover that has different latches. It's got one pull cord, which you can access on both sides. You're just gonna give one solid pull and it unlocks. So that's tier number one. Once you have that back here, you have access to a third of the bed. But if you wanna flip it back again, cord same way, release it, bring it back one more time. And that's as far back as it goes with the trifold. Now, if you were to drive with it open, there are these straps here that can click right into place, already fixed on the back there, and you can tighten that up. Do the same thing on both sides and you can drive with it open. Now if you wanted to close the tonneau cover, same thing but in reverse, unsnap that from both sides, bring it back once, it clicks into place and you can give it a tug just to make sure. One more time back toward the tailgate, shut your tailgate and you're good to go. Now you'll also notice in the title of the product here, it's a low profile hard trifold. Now the low profile is great for guys looking for a more stealthy look for their bed. The low profile sits completely flush with your side bed rails and your tonneau cover, so it's hardly noticeable, especially at eye level. Now there are some of the other tonneau covers out there that are super bulky, that come up really tall. Not the case here. This looks really sleek and super professional. Now this tonneau cover in particular, in my opinion, is one of the better bang for your buck options in the category. This is available for the guys who want a trifold tonneau cover, a more traditional option out there, and one of the most popular out there, but in a hard cover construction. Now the hard cover construction here is going to be great for guys looking for that extra protection against would-be thieves because it's not easily broken into. Now a soft cover, on the other hand, would be something you can easily knife into or rip open to access your cargo. So this adds an extra layer of protection for the cargo underneath. One more thing worth noting as far as security goes, this also locks shut with your tailgate. So as we have the tailgate closed, you could not get this open and you don't have access to the pull cord either. You have to drop your tailgate first, which means you have to unlock the truck. So it just adds another layer of theft protection. Now it's also going to be great for weather protection. No matter what your location is, whether you see rain, snow, sleet, or hail all year, this guy is going to hold up in the long run. This is made from an all aircraft grade aluminum construction as opposed to some of the softer vinyls. It's got additional support rails underneath. It's also got a track and rail system on each side of your bed to help with weather stripping and weatherproofing. It's also got a drainage system up by your bulkhead with added tubes that you can put down right through the factory holes in your bed. Now that's going to help drain any condensation out so your cargo stays safe and clean. One of the best features in my opinion about this tonneau cover is how easy it is to use. Now there are some in the category that require you to go for both sides of the bed to unlatch or unhook just to get it to open up. Not the case here with the rough country option. This uses a single, simple to use cable system. The cable is available on both sides, but you only have to pull it on one to unlatch both. From there, you can fold it back once to access a third of your bed, which is great for guys hauling around cargo that may be some odd shapes. If you're just trying to put a bike in your bed, you can just flip it open once and have that little space there while protecting the rest of your bed. You can also pull the cable again to fold it back a second time and then strap it shut toward your bulkhead to drive with it open. So it gives you nice versatility depending on what you're hauling in your bed, but I will say the only downside of the tonneau cover is that it doesn't flip up finally to access the entire bed. You will always have that top third covered up by the tonneau. Just worth mentioning. There are some of the more premium options out there that use a hard trifold that flip up that last time with struts to keep it open. Those are some of the more premium options that have all of the bells and whistles. Like I said, for bang for your buck, this is a great way to go. This one comes in right around 650 bucks, making it right around the middle of the road for a tonneau. They can range upward of 1,500 bucks for some hard hinged shell options, and some of the hard trifolds out there with all the bells and whistles can be about 800 to 900 bucks. Now the install for this gets 1 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter. Anybody can tackle this in the driveway at home with about 30 minutes from start to finish. It'll take very simple hand tools like a ratchet or impact gun and a 1/2-inch socket, and that's about it. You don't even need a helping hand. You can definitely tackle this by yourself, but of course a helping hand goes a long way. I'm going to show you every step of the process. What do you say we get started? All right, tools used in this install include an impact gun or a ratchet, 1/2-inch deep socket, and something to cut your bulkhead seal with. First step here is to grab the bulkhead seal. We're going to line this right up against the bulkhead at the top for a nice weatherproof seal under our windshield. We're going to start here at the edge, right around the middle, and we're going to peel off the backing on the underside making sure the whole thing comes off with us, and run it end to end. All right, now when you get to the end, you will have some excess here. So you can just use either some snips or just your hand and cut off the excess. All right, next step, you're gonna identify the driver's side bed rail. You want the tubing to go up against your bulkhead and have the rubber seal here up against the side bed rail. So it's gonna sit flush right up against the top there. You'll also notice that there's a little molded on section here that says clamp. There's 3 of them, one in the middle, one toward the tailgate, one toward your bulkhead. Make sure the plastic piece underneath is lined up directly under that. Grab one of your clamps, and I'm gonna start here in the middle, and you're basically gonna clamp it down to the inside of your factory bed rail, and that's gonna hold it in place. All right, you basically wanna have it hug the inside of that bed rail and also come up in front of that plastic piece. Just gonna slide right up in front of that just like that. Grab a 1/2-inch socket and tighten that down. All right, repeat that for the other clamps. All right, so now we have these little black brackets along with the T-bolt and the twist knob. If you look underneath the tonneau cover here where we have it installed, you can see these little slotted brackets. Now those brackets are gonna hook in underneath the bed rail and tighten it down. So grab the bracket, make sure the bolt is up, slot that T-bolt through the slot and hook the teeth on, and then tighten it down by hand. All right, that's gonna secure the cover to the rail. You're gonna do this all 4 times, 2 on each side. All right, repeat on the other side. All right, next up we're going to install our drain tubes. The condensation can build up in the channel within the bed rail there. So to have that escape, what we're going to do is look at this rubber grommet, and we're going to pull that grommet off of the side of our factory bed. Now that open hole is going to give us the opportunity to install this drain tube onto this fitting, which is on the corner there of your bed rail. Make sure that's all the way up there. You're going to take the other end and you're going to feed it down. Now you could trim this if it's too long for you. It is pretty close, but I'm just going to feed that whole thing right in there. All right, just want to make sure it's heading downwards. All right, and now any condensation that builds up will collect into this tube and feed right under the bed, back onto the ground. All right, repeat on the other side. At this point, test out the tonneau cover, unlatch it from each side, fold it back once, clicks into place, and you can give it a pull just to make sure. And then finally pull this guy back, and it latches in as well. And then you can shut your tailgate and you're good to go. That's gonna wrap up my review and install for the rough country, low profile, hard trifold tonneau cover available for the 19 and newer Silverado 1500 with the short box. Again, if you wanna pick this up for yourself, you can do so right here at AmericanTrucks.com.